Guys, welcome to Silver Lake Honey channel. Today we are adding the honey supers to our hives. What we like to do is have a deep box as our first honey super. There are several signs that we need to pay attention to when we're adding our honey supers. One of them is the white comb, brand new comb that they're building around the frames. Another one is plants, white clover. That's really a good sign. Also the plants like honeysuckle and other things. We'll go open the hive and you'll see the white comb and a lot of nectar they're bringing in. So they're getting out of the room, they need more space, and I'm going to show you how I add room for expansion. Okay guys, as you can see, bees are bringing in a lot of pollen. So what we're gonna do is we're going to add a third box for them to store nectar, and also we're gonna add a pollen trap because they're getting pollen bound. So we're gonna take some of the pollen for us. The way we do that is we have the pollen trap that go on the bottom of our hives. Bees come in and there are plastic tubes that go in these holes, and then we put the tubes when we want to collect the pollen and remove the tubes when we don't want. But we don't take a lot of pollen, we're just gonna leave it off and have bees choose which way they want to go, because we just want to collect the pollen for their own use to make pollen patties. So there's no need for us to insert the tubes and remove them and all that. You can see they're bringing in a ton of pollen. There's a tray on the side. We're just gonna take some of the pollen and freeze it to make their pollen patties. So we're gonna check. Okay, so as you can see, this white wax is the obvious sign that bees need more room and they're bringing in fresh nectar. So we're going to check. Oh yeah, you can see there's a lot of new nectar coming in. Shiny, very shiny. Okay. You can see nectar. Every single frame is full, so they're getting out of room. If we don't do something, they are going to definitely swarm. Also, you can tell by the drone brood, they're getting ready. You can see it's brand new nectar, and some of them it's capped. So what my plan is to remove 4 frames of this nectar and move it in the third box, and then have 4 drawn foundation in the middle of the second box, and also I'm going to put the pollen trap all the way on the bottom. Oh, that's heavy. Whew. Okay, so when I I'm getting older. I'm getting old. So when I put the second box, I usually put 4 frames of foundation on the side and then 6 frames of drawn foundation, and take 1 frame with cap brood in the middle of the second box. That's when I expand from our split, or when I expand to the second box. And when I make third box or honey frame or deep honey super, then I take usually 1 to 2 frames of honey and put it in the middle of the third box. So let's see what's going on in the bottom one. Hopefully they didn't start making preparations for swarming. Eggs. So cups for now, not preparing for swarming yet. That's a good sign. A lot of pollen, as you can see. So we don't want to have this hive pollen bound so the queen doesn't have space to lay. Too, you want to have pollen. That's why we're gonna trap some for us. You can see a lot of pollen. She's got a really nice brood pattern. I really like this queen. And they're calm, so probably we're gonna graft from her too. You can see a lot of pollen. Wow, they're bringing tons of pollen. Really nice queen. So if we don't do nothing, probably will swarm, because when all this brood hatches, you can imagine how many bees we're gonna have. Right now they're packed, so probably take a couple frames of this cap brood too, and give them some more room down in the first box. Oh wow, look at all this brood. Wow, what a queen. She's really nice queen. I like her. But in order for us not to lose them, that's why we're doing all this, to give them room for expansion. Okay. So this frame is, they're putting these cups, but there's no eggs inside, so that's good. But I'm concerned because they're raising a lot of drones. You can see a lot of pollen. Okay. Okay, so what we did is block their entrance. So this is going to be their new entrance, and they're going to get out through these tubes. Okay. So first box is back on. So now they can't find their entrance. They have to learn to use this entrance now. Man Lake pollen traps, they have these removable trays, which when you use bees on a pallet, you can either use one side, or there are these screws, and if you remove these screws, this cover you can move on the other side and use it like on this side. For this hive, we're gonna have to remove these screws and then move the tray on this other side. Okay, so they're too crowded, so we're gonna play Robin Hood and take some of the caproot off and give it to another colony, because you can see they're just packed full of bees. Okay, and instead of, we're gonna put frames empty comb like this, so the queen got place to lay in the bottom and in the second box. Okay, so we actually put 3 frames. So she's got plenty of room to lay in the bottom box. So the middle box, man, it's full of honey. Wow. Okay, so far we put the pollen trap in the bottom. We removed some caproot, and this box is full of honey. Every single frame is full of honey. Middle box, we're gonna put these 2 caproot frames in the middle that we removed from the bottom box, and that's gonna be our middle box, so as a brood on both boxes. And then our third box is gonna be our honey supers, and we're gonna actually put the 4th medium super on top, because they're just extra, you know, full of bees. Okay, so our second box is on top of our first box, and we're gonna put these caproots that we removed from the bottom in the middle. Okay, and have honey on the side. We have honey on the side. Okay, so this is full. Every single frame is full of honey. There's no brood. So this will be our first honey super, and we're also gonna put the 4th because they're so packed. Okay. Okay guys, so this concludes our today's videos. So what we have done is put the pollen trap down below the boxes with the tray facing on the side. Then we added some space for the queen to lay with the 3 extra frames. Then we added extra space, a whole new box with 2 cap brood frames and 2 honey frames on the side. So she's got 6 frames extra to lay here. And this is our gonna be, if everything goes well, this is gonna be our honey super. It's all full of honey, and this is also another honey super to give bees room for expansion and a way to store honey. So if we don't do nothing, they're gonna be pollen bound, they're gonna be honey bound, they're gonna swarm for sure. We can see they're making drones, so, and making cups. That's obviously a sign that they're getting ready. We didn't see any swarms, actual cells. That's a good sign. So we did this right on time. So hopefully this video helps someone. I will thank you all for watching and see you next time. Happy beekeeping.